Chapter 30. The girl sits between her mother and father. She can't be more than 7 years old. Even on this trip, where we are forced to the barest, most primal state of who we are, rotting teeth, sweating, smelling bodies, her mother has fixed her hair in two long braids on either side of her head, each tied at the end with a small dirty red ribbon. The mother is staring at me, and when I look at her, I know she's figured out I am a girl, because she doesn't give me a dirty look. She doesn't shield me from staring at her daughter, who reminds me, of who I was a long time ago, a small girl I loved by a mother and a father. A kind of understanding comes into her eyes, and I blink back years. She gives a soft, reassuring smile just as the train screeches and jerks and loses speed. I watch as her brow furrows as she holds tight to the girl, speaks to her husband. There's a man next to us who Pulga is certain must be Polero. The way he directs the three kids with him and is constantly on alert. He stands up, looks toward the front of the train, where small bits of light dot the light, and then signals and says something to his charges, who begin inching over the closest ladder. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué pasa? People ask one another as the train screeches and slows down more, until it almost stops. Come on, Pulga says, keeping an eye on the Polero, carefully making his way behind the three kids in the man's care. People crowd behind us as we reach the ladder, pushing us forward so we almost fall. We scramble down as quickly as we can. Others skip the ladder altogether and jump down to the ground, falling and rolling before getting back up again and running. I hear someone scream and look around to see a man who has fallen, being practically trampled as people run past him, over him. Children begin crying. The sound of gunshots fired in rapid succession breaks through the night, and then, panicked, urgent yelling, the sound of feet pounding the ground, running in every direction. My eyes search the crowd for Pulga and Chico. When I find them, I reach across bodies and backpacks and grab onto Pulga's shoulder. Just as he turns, searching for me, we race in the same direction as the Polero, into the darkness of the fields, running with our heads down as more shots are fired and bullets race past our shoulders, tense as we wait for them to explode into us at any moment. Desperation, the roaring of engines and doors slamming, and commands and threats being yelled filled the air. Por favor, no, mama, papa. The words vibrated in my mind as we keep up with the Polero, running, farther out into the bush under faint moonlight. The Polero and the kids lie down in the overgrown grass, and we do the same. Screams and begging and pleas pierce the night, over and over again, over the sound of my heart beating in my ears, drumming through my body, pounding, pounding, pounding. I am trying to catch my breath. I think I've forgotten how to breathe. I try to pull oxygen into my lungs, but it gets stuck somewhere in my neck. I try again and again, trying to keep my panic from taking over. Pulga and Chico are breathing so hard too. I worry they might die, and the ground feels like it's shaking, and I think I can feel their hearts vibrating through the dirt. Pulga is looking in the direction we came from, his eyes wide and blinking rapidly as he searches for anything coming our way. Chico is in a ball. His hands are over his ears, his eyes shut tight. The adrenaline that ran through our bodies slowly begins to drain, and I watch as Pulga's trembling arms give out and he lies down completely, falling face first into the dirt. And then I hear rustling and hollering coming closer, and I hear now, and I know where we will be found. Sweat and the scent of fear escape every pore in my body, and the rustling comes closer, closer. We will find you, a man calls out in a teasing sing-song voice. This is no time for hide and seek, another says. A bullet splits the silence and they laugh, and somewhere out here a child screams, and they run toward the scream. Then comes the sound of a man pleading and a woman crying and the child screaming louder, and I know it's them. The girl braids flash in my mind, her mother's soft smile when she looked at me, the man with the arm around them, both on top of the train moments ago. Something in me jolts, dislodges, and I feel a part of me travel through the night to look down at that field, trying to pull myself back. I don't want to see, I don't want to know, I don't want to turn away, but I can't. And then I see the father down there on his knees, a gun on his head, and the mother being touched and grabbed by the other, and the girl, her eyes closed so tight, her mouth open so wide, in a scream that does not come, as her mother tells her, "Cierra los ojos, hija." The father lunges forward and is knocked across the head with the gun. The woman doesn't scream. She doesn't cry. She just stares up at the sky, at me as if I am her angel. I hold her gaze, and I hear the thought that loops through her mind. Help me, but I don't know how. Help me, but I can't move. Help me, I can't even look away. I open my mouth, but no words come out, only silence and something like air, a breeze that moves the grass in that field below. The grass rustles, and when I look, I think I see something faint, ghosts, forgotten spirits looking for a way out. I feel how tired they are from roaming. Help me. My gaze returns to the woman as her eyes lock with me. Something surges through my body, something that breaks me into a million little pieces that fall away and drop to the ground below. Then I see it, an army of spiders emerging from that field. I watch as they climb up the men under their pant legs, up their backs, and onto their faces, into their hair. Hundreds and hundreds of spiders, clusters and clusters of spiders. I hear the men calling out to one another. I hear them asking each other, what is going on? If they feel that, as they swat at their skin, as they swat at nothing, at the spiders they can only feel biting them with their pincers, skewering all over their bodies. More and more come, marching around the girl, around her mother and her father, converging on the two men who run, stumbling from that field, run back toward the track where they get in a car and speed away, the spiders following, and then I am back, next to Pulga and Chico. We don't move, we don't make a sound. Hot tears burn my eyes. The Paloero's gun shines in the moonlight, and I see a spider on the revolver. A few scattered around Pulga and Chico, but no one moves. They don't say a word. They don't see or feel them. I feel as one crawls into my ear, whispers, "Stay still, Pequeña." I stare up at the moonlight sky. At the sound of the clicking and spinning fills my ear. Then tap, tap, tap as the spider walks along my cheek, my nose, and to my other ear, where she spins a web that covers that one too. The spider taps, taps on one of my eyes. Spider spins her web over it, then the other, until all I can see is a gauzy webbed white. For a moment the world is silent, and there is no more darkness. For a moment I feel some kind of peace.